Naspers. This one is in fact available to you if you invest here in Johannesburg. It's of course a multinational media giant. It has these stakes in businesses in emerging markets. We'll talk about some of those in a moment. It's pay TV here, the DSTV operation here in Africa. It's also print media, but those assets are almost unimportant. Its most important asset by far is a 35% stake in a fabulous business, Chinese internet company called Tencent. One must not, of course, underestimate the real value of the DSTV franchise here in Africa, given the sport and everything else. But Tencent is what it's really all about. And of course, that's social media, so that's what we want to talk about. Market cap, 403 billion rand, okay? So that makes it about the third of the size of Facebook. Price to earnings ratio of 56, dividend yield of 0.3. Share price-wise, you can see, I mean, Naspers has done extremely well. As we stand, it is putting its hand up, trying to get above 1,000 rand a share. It's been a while since we had a company on our market which traded that high. It's doing extremely well. But let's just talk about Tencent for a minute. So what is Tencent? Remember, in China, the Chinese Communist Party, bless them, doesn't allow any of these foreign Western media companies to operate inside of China. Why? Because it doesn't like the idea that people can chat about revolutionary ideas without them controlling it. So they basically disallow all of those, including Google and all the others. And effectively, these countries effectively then become a walled garden. Tencent is probably one of the 2 or 3 largest Chinese internet companies. It is a combination of an instant messaging service called QQ, which is somewhat like WhatsApp or Mixit. It also has a thing called Qzone, which is more like Facebook. It has a chat service called WeChat, which is rather similar to Twitter. People in China use this service in order to communicate with each other, and they like doing that a lot. It has like 800 million simultaneous users. This guy behind me here is Koos Bakker, CEO of Naspers, and the guy who single-handedly constructed this group because it was a really boring South African media company until in about 2001 they bought this 35% stake in Tencent. Tencent is listed in Hong Kong. What does that mean? It means it trades and you can see its value and you know what Naspers owns of it, 35%. Hence, you can establish the value of what Naspers should be trading at. Talking about DSTV though, let's not underestimate the real earnings power of DSTV platform. That's now available across Africa with the strength of the platform that they have, with the sport, with the movies, with all of that stuff. They're in a very powerful position and are able to reach out again to advertisers in an environment where the internet bandwidth isn't all that great. So as an advertising platform and a subscription platform, very strong. Not to underestimate also things like box office and so on, which increasingly is contributing some real positive money. So in summary, Naspers, yes, the China, Tencent internet story, add it all up, the share price, even though it looks elevated at 1,000 rands a share, in my mind, definitely hot.